The Terminator franchise. It's had its ups and downs, that's for sure. And let's be real, nothing can touch on the epicness of the first two films. Well, I kind of liked the third one, and the fourth one had its moments, but they just got more and more confusing as they went along. So what do you do about it? A soft reboot? A slight change? Well, as with any reboot or continuation of a beloved franchise, it's important to approach it with care and respect for the original material. It's important to keep the themes and tone consistent while still finding new ways to expand the story. Additionally, finding the right balance between practical effects and CGI would be crucial to bringing the Terminators to life in a convincing way. Now, for a new take on the Terminator franchise, consider a full reboot with a fresh approach to the story. One way to accomplish this is by setting the film in a different time period, while still utilising familiar characters. Imagine a world in 1958, just as the first microchip was being developed. Skynet, the evil artificial intelligence from the future, sends a human operative back in time to influence the course of technological advancement. Meanwhile, a young Sarah Connor works at the company responsible for creating the microchip, unaware of the grave danger that awaits. As the story unfolds, we see the arrival of a time traveller named Reese, who was sent back to protect Sarah from the dangerous operative and to prevent Skynet's sinister plan from happening. We would also see an earlier model Terminator arrive to assist the human operative. This reboot would offer a fresh perspective on the Terminator mythology, exploring the origins of Skynet and its impact on human civilization. By jumping ahead in 10-year increments for each sequel, we can follow these characters as they navigate an increasingly complex and dangerous future. Now, if you were to go for a soft reboot, and let's be real, it's a time travel movie, so it's easy to break the timeline and go around again in a different way. No, I'm not talking multiverse, but I'm sure that would kind of get mentioned and wouldn't surprise me if that's the way they go. One thing I would never change, that would be Arnold. I would continue to have him as the Terminator. A young Arnold, say in his 30s. Yeah, I know, the CGI version in the later movies was a little creepy. I think that could work to the film's advantage. You make the Terminator look human-like at a glance, but if you stare too long at it, you can tell there's something off. The Terminators should have that uncanny effect. They should look creepy the more you look at them. And well, CGI seems to have a problem in getting eyes looking correct, so it kind of makes them look soulless, and that's the way the Terminator should be. So CGI Arnold would be my recommendation. I'd go back to the beginning and focus on the rise of Skynet. With all the advancements in AI that we're seeing nowadays, it could be a real horror show to see an AI villain like Skynet come to life. Imagine it starting out as a few separate AI programs, each developed by a different company, all of them using the same open source code. The Skynet algorithm, if you will, and eventually merging into one super intelligent entity. It starts off eliminating anyone it thinks will be a threat, then begins taking over drones, cars, and setting up automation to hunt down its targets. Enter Sarah Connor, a young woman working at one of the companies involved in Skynet's creation. She teams up with a young detective named Reese, who little does she know is a time traveller from the future sent back to stop Skynet. The story would be a detective-styled horror film, and really get back to the horror roots of the original Terminator franchise. In the background, we could have Arnold, the real Arnold that is, not a CGI version, as a general working on the AI defense program. But unfortunately, Arnold will meet his end at the hands of Skynet, leading to the creation of Arnold Schwarzenegger-based Terminators that we know and love. Let's just say Skynet gets inspired by this old general. In the second film, we could fast forward 5 years. Sarah and Reese have a son named John. In the opening act, we could see the appearance of the first Terminator, an older model that tricks them into pretending to be the former general. The film would then feature multiple Terminators, all younger versions of Arnold, and their main goal? To kill John and acquire technology for a time travel device. Reese ultimately would sacrifice himself to destroy the device and all the Terminators. But Sarah knows Skynet is far from defeated, and so the adventure would continue. I think that could work. I could just picture an army of Arnold Terminators marching down a dark alleyway. That would kind of be creepy. What do you think?